Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 325th edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I'll say the market being the last trading day of the month, we're seeing a volatile trend. Extending what we saw yesterday. Yes, I'll tell you, in recent, let's say a mixed market as a result of what being the last trading day of the month of August, we're seeing some profit taking activities and also reaction to different information data that are rolling in and the one they're expecting. All these are what are driving this volatility. I will tell you that all eyes are on what on data, key data from what from US and also an EU, especially as I've seen the one from China. We saw China manufacturing data in terms of production management index for the month of August, and we saw that still it's still below the 50 basic point. Yes, because of this figure are still dragging feet, it shows that the final economy is still shaking. The manufacturing sector, yes, but also a little kind of recovery in the service sector, and also the manufacturing sector is still remaining below. That means this is still not a good sign for that environment. It shows that the economy is still struggling. That's why we're seeing that this is an improvement from the low we saw in May this year in that economy, moving up to like 49.7 now, or about to cross 50 before we now say yes, they can say they are breathed, they are out of that that underwater. But as we speak now, this figure is shaping activity in the market globally today because being the end of the month and this data coming, giving sign what's likely to happen in the new month we are entering the month of September in terms of policy direction. Don't forget that most of this matured economy ask September for their next for policy meeting where decision either to hike rate and all this will be done. And don't forget that rate is very, very powerful in any economy because it gives direction to where funds will flow into. Either fund will leave one instrument to another, from money market to what to capital market. This capital flow fund is what this interest rate and also the economy is the major thing that when you are having a hike in rate or attacking your monetary policy, it affects an economy because liquidity become very scarce and also too expensive for the risk sector to expand. That is why most economy always look at what is happening in this area because the central banks of this economy they make this decision in terms of rate adjustment and up and down. And I still refer to what happened in last week Friday. They know that they themselves are part of what caused all this issue of inflation, apart from the incident that is going on or the conflict that is going on in Russia and Russia and Ukraine. Knowing that during the post COVID-19, a lot of funds were injected into the economy, into this market economy. Why here we try to do the same thing, but I will tell you, we are not having the same scenario in terms of liquidity flow. There you can see how it has affected the economy. With rate, they adjusted. We've also seen impact of rate trying to help them. But here in Nigeria, we have not seen part of our rate hike, in our inflation or not. But then in the macro economy, because the system is well structured, we have seen the impact of what of rate hike, trying to help them to manage the inflation. But the current inflation is not going down because of one factors from either from the commodity market in terms of oil price and also what is happening in Ukraine because of this war and also cost in supply and also inflation rate trying to what then interest continue to go up. All is hitting up different economy as we speak, and that's why we are seeing this kind of trend right away as we speak now. But this hour, we know that Asia stocks open on the downside this morning. I mean to what I mean the kind of a weak purchasing manager index that came from China. This upset the possibility of pause in that environment. Yes, even when they have in the mind that yes, the Fed it might likely start pausing, do another pause in their next meeting. But because of the data they are seeing from China, most of the Asia stocks were what we are in green. But we are in red, as we speak this hour. But only in Japan, we saw a little green because of some stock there are still also looking up. Despite in the month of August, we are seeing that Japan market is coming down with marginal around the 2.70% down after profit taking activity and all those stuff. And also event of folding. And also in India, India is not left behind. India, because of fear of inflation, even as speaking now today, they're expecting to see the inflation rate in India because of the price of greens, vegetables, and mushroom has gone up. That already have set up some sentiment there. In India market as we speak now is flat. It's not going up and down until they see the figure there in that environment. These are the things that are driving this stocks in Asia in red. And That's why there's a stimulus, kind of GDP that came to unexpected. These are signs also, instigating that there might likely be pause from what from or kind of prediction that there might be a pause in terms of rate hike from Fed. But I think the inflation figure will do more. But in Europe, we're seeing that this season all the other states in Europe, we have seen that inflation has been on increase. Even in this month of August, we have seen that, but all eyes on what on the zone statistical authority to release for the zone entirely to see. But any inch up in that will also be put a lot of pressure on what on European central bank authorities in terms of because they also plan to do a pause. But with this one thing, inflation still hitting the roof in the month of August, that's why the policymakers, in terms of the monetary policy makers, they are already on a tight corner. What to do now? What would they see the inflation figure coming from these zones? They will know exactly what to do. I tell you, in Europe, this is a big task before what before the chairperson there has a lot of work. The zone is having a lot of challenges. Even the economic data that are coming, they are not too positive because they are missed. And you know what is happening also in the two largest economy in US and in China. When you see a kind of weak data, that will give you a sign of what of recession. You need to understand all this before you jump into any instrument. As we speak now, all eyes on this data to see if Fed will continue what their interest rate, because once they announce adjustment, I will tell you it's going to affect not only equity market, it's going to affect other other instruments. For that, that's why all eyes are still on this instrument to see exactly what is likely to come out from the Fed meeting, because that has a lot of impact on decision of market players in any instrument they are doing, because this is a key data that will also inform the next move in the market. That's why we must not look away from all the data I'm just mentioning. But in US now, we can see that US market also open miss. Even that of Europe, we are seeing a mixed market in Europe, as all eyes are seen on the Eurozone, as I told you earlier, consumer price index data. It's the data spotlight as we speak now. But I tell you, in US, all eyes are still on data because they've seen some figures or some statistics. I've given them indication that they might likely be paused. But let us see what the inflation will look like. That was also information. But in that same US, we are seeing also that UBS trying to integrate with Credit Suisse so that they can become one. This merger is also part of it. Also seen that oil price has continued to also oscillate as a result of what this weak manufacturing data that came from China. And at the same time, they draw down in US. And don't forget that this hurricane that's also happening is also kind of covering some producing zone. This also making price of oil to go up and down. But as we speak now, oil is so volatile this period. But right to speak now, it's just flat, just marginal pullback we're seeing. It's very small. We believe that any moment for it can rebound back, but rebounds back. But we need to also understand these are the factors that are also pushing the market up and down in the matured market. If you have all this at the back of your mind, that all this data is what will feed, also trigger sentiment, also push fund to one area or the other. Once you're able to put this into your analysis, it will help you. By tomorrow latest, we'll see that inflation figure. These are what is also shaping the market right away as we speak now. For me, let's also keep our finger crossed and watch what is happening in the market between now and the date for today close, because being the last trading day of the month of August, we might not say that we will call a profit profit taking is ongoing, and window dressing not being a major end of the quarter, we will see little profit taking activities here and there. But towards end of the quarter, that is where you see most of window dressing, because of end of the quarter for big institutional players and also fund managers to work. But at the month of end of August, being the one of the month, we only might see profit taking activities for people to take more profit to market pullback. We know that September is a very good market, not only in Nigeria, across the world, across the globe. Just as I've showed you yesterday, looking at data, because data will not deceive you. You know the trend and also know how to prepare, because there are three major key for you to make a good informed decision when you are trading. Once you go to understand this three major keys, it will help you to know exactly what to do in any market condition, whether you are trading in a bull market or a bear market. Once you're able to know the trend, the trend selection, you know what the trend is doing. The trend, I mean trend here, either for the general market or for the individual stock you are looking at or you have interest to buy. Once you know able to select trend. Why I trend to know where the market is going or where is the right time for you to buy, the right time for you to enter to exit, and that will help you to know using your word, like I always tell you in this class, using the four phases of the market: the accumulation, the markup, the distribution, and also the markdown, or you call it a what decline. This phase you must understand because it will help you to know the right time to enter any particular stock or what or market. Because if you enter any market at any time, you might enter wrongly. But once you're able to identify the phase where the market is or the instrument you want to trade, it becomes easier for you to know the next thing to do. That is why, as a trader or investor, after using your fundamental and technical analysis or your sentiment, you must look at what phase is the market, because if the market is generally going up, it has impact impact on the price movement, influence on what you want to buy. Like I always say that in a general market, the key thing is liquidity, very key. That's why you want to know where the market is. If there is liquidity in the market and the market is in a markup phase, then it is a good time for you to ride. But if the market has entered already in a decline phase or inflation phase, about to go down or to continue the markup phase, you must also to play with caution, because that time we need to tell you exactly what to do. Like I always say that more than 50% of what a friend's price of any stock you are buying is what market direction, and that market direction has to come with what liquidity in the market, the sentiment in the market, and that market direction is very key. That's why knowing selecting what your trend set is more done. Trend selection is very important. You must know where the market is. It's pulling back. You also must know. I also that the sectoral impact in terms of either sector policy or not has about 30% influence on price. What is happening in the sector is very key. Like we're seeing different things driving different sector, in Nigeria is very important, because it's going to rub on the whole, industry. Why some companies that are more prudent, either more sophisticated in terms of their management, will benefit more. But I tell you, policy will impact a sector together. But what different companies know how to take advantage of it, you also reflect on their number. Why the company performance, which one is this fundamental, the earnings, it has 20% on what, or that means any news that come that around the company, it's about 20% influence on the price. That's why you see news coming, moving and stuff, but that's why you don't be carried away, because if that only that news alone is going, it won't go far. But if there's a positive news from a company plus market direction, is liquidity, it can fly. It can go for as high as 1 week. Then you need to understand all this so that you know exactly what to do. Another one is very key, that you must also have a trade setup. That setup has to do with the pattern. Not to know the pattern what in the market. Look at your chart there. You'll be talking about the candlestick. What is it? The right time but we are also bringing your indicator to know whether it's going to define the right time to enter. Also, we have seen the market direction. That's why the trend of the general market is very key. Now, the setup how to trade individual stock is very key. These are where you also can think of whether you want to identify where the market is going and how to also take advantage of buying and selling while using your technical analysis. The last one that is very important, because after you're using your trade setup to know why the face is changing and the face is changing, the tools that come with it to capture the right time to buy and sell, that one's where you have good trade. Another one is very important, trade management. You must know how to manage your trade, because this is the secret of any trader. When I said that after your technical analysis, everything, when it comes to having your thinking here is very important. Knowing the level of risk you want to keep. You want to know, but how to bring your risk low. It's not time for you to set down. You want to put small amount. You want to take small position. These are the things that are very important, because if you enter the whole money in the stock and it goes against you, if an opportunity come in another one, how will you go? That's why this three thing is very key in terms of being a successful trader. I said these are the three components that is very important for a successful trader and an investor. You must have a good trend selection system, or understanding. If you don't them understanding to know where the market is, then have a good have a trade setup, planning your trade. What I mean here, you have planned your trade already, have your entry and exit strategy and all those stuff. Why also the other one is the trade management. You must do it effectively. Also knowing how to keep your risk low is very key. Small drawdown, or you know how to do it. Also how to take profit consistently. All these things you must have them at the back of your mind. This will make you benefit from the market. If not, you'll be tossed up and down from the market. Once you can have your trading within this three major key, knowing how to know a good understanding of trend selection, at the same time have a good trade setup, knowing when the faces are changing and the right strategy to buy and to sell at that particular time, and also having a trade management, because I tell you, liquidity is very, very important. Your fund, trading capital is very, very important. You must also know how to take advantage that you can manage it effectively. These are the things also you need to look at when you are trading. That's why I said, let me also bring it up this morning so that you won't just be trading as if you go up and down. Why I said to bring it up so that we want to see what has happened in the market yesterday, and today is the last trading day of the month. So that I want to see how the market has performed this month technically, and also is the month ending on a positive note. Is it if end up on positive note, what's going to happen in the new month you are entering? Because I tell you, this trend you must understand them as a trader. As I said, your trend selection is very, very key when it comes to what trading in this market. If you want to ignore trade selection and the trade setup and what trade management, you are not started. You must understand it very well so that it will help you to manage whatever you are trading. Anywhere you are trading, any of the instruments you are trading, this three basic key is very, very important. Or understanding will help you to know to stay afloat with the market. Yes, as we speak now, market is what is in the red here. We have seen other market means, but our market was seen a kind of extension of the marginal pullback we saw yesterday. Today we are seeing another pullback. Like I told you yesterday that as this time we're going to expect the material shift in what in the index after crossing 2008 peak, to create a new all-time high. Expect this dimension to come at this point until the market starts seeing another positive sentiment or positive news that will drive the sentiment in the market. But in all, you as a trader, you know to look at the market, and it's not that you must trade every time in the market, but when you get time to see opportunity you trade. And that's why also like thinking outside the box is becoming important. For example, before I go further into looking at the chart and also market, let me quickly look at this information that yesterday I've seen the way we're analyzing it and people are interpreting it around the corner. When it comes to notification that we're giving to investors as the merger scheme between Dangote Sugar, NASCOM, and the Dangote Rice. As we speak, if you read this circular or notification from this company, it becomes clearer for you to understand that this merger is between these three companies, but Dangote Sugar is like a father in this in this merger, trying to hold NASCOM and also hold what Dangote Rice. And it becomes clearer in this way if you read from the beginning. They said Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC, which is a DRC here, hereby notify the Nigeria Exchange Limited, the world investing public, that further to its announcement of July 31st, 2023, the meeting, the emerging entity have agreed the terms and conditions of the merger of the companies with with NASCOM Allied Industry PLC, which is a NASCOM here, and the Dangote Rice Limited PLC, which is the company that is coming that is not listed on the exchange, which is an internal restructuring to be executed through a scheme of merger under section and other application rules and regulation. The consideration that will be offered to shareholders of NASCOM and and Dangote Rice Limited as follow. Here, simple as that. Even you don't need any interpretation. Yes, I will tell you the way the secretary of this company drafted this letter. Yes, it might think that I have communicated. There's a miscommunication here, but for easy understanding, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain to you so that it becomes clearer for you, so that you know what to do with your decision right away. You know what your investment go. But here it said 11 ordinary share of 50 kobo each for Dangote Sugar Refinery, credited to as full paid up share for 12 for every 12 NASCOM shares of this ordinary 50 kobo each, which total what I'm going to is the total what you are bringing to add to already existing share of of Dangote Sugar. Dangote Sugar is the one like marrying these two companies, and they say that this total share will now become new ordinary share of of Dangote Refinery. This share is what is going to emanate from NASCOM as in addition to what we will add to that of sugar. There, you now further said, here is where the confusion comes. It said 14 ordinary share of 50 kobo each of Dangote Sugar, credited as full paid up share capital for every one share ordinary of 1 naira each in Dangote Rice Limited share, Huge total, huge total, an ordinary share of this. Huge total is not the same total we are seeing here. Then you can see total giving ordinary share of this, of new share, and also you now say also huge total as what ordinary, also new share for what new share. That means whether is one for one here or two for two, but what is coming from the whole Dangote rice to join sugar is what 2.775, about 2.7, let's say 2.8 billion ordinary share out to 2.4 ordinary share. When you add these two and add it to ordinary share of about 12 point something billion of sugar, that will give you about 17.6 billion share. This is the share that will be listed. What investors here should be concerned is which price are they listing on the exchange? Are they listing at 70 naira or 80 naira or 100 naira? These are what we want to know. But in terms of merger, I think that people are confused. That's why people that understand are already using the advantage of the pullback to buy more. Let us share it very easy so that we understand it. Because I don't believe in too much drama. That's why here I say let me show you who it is. You just read it, but the drafting of the memo or the notification from the even to them is clear to them. But for me, it's way that look at the new shares that have been added to what that will be credited to what. Yeah, do you see anywhere they're saying Dangote sugar? Dangote is the parents now. That one will likely at the end of the day, after listing the share, they might change the name to what from Dangote refinery, sugar refinery to Dangote what Dangote food. Let's just make it clear so that everybody will understand how can afford ahead from here in our decision. Yes, quickly back to our trading window where we are. Sorry for that, but I tell you should get get clarity. Here, as we speak now, the market is still below what it closed yesterday because of what we are seeing more seller in the market right away. Market is red, and also we are seeing that market red is also in negative. Says that people are still taking profit. More people are taking profit. Even before now, we know that market was also waiting for what for a positive information. Even when the ministers have been announced, we are waiting to see the clear direction where they are going with their work, with their short-term policy and all of them, so that we know, especially in the FS market, and also looking ahead to see what the Q1, Q3 number. And don't forget that this is September we're entering. We're going to see the MPC meeting, and by next week also we're going to look at what will be the TP option rate. These are things that will be we are looking to see where the fund will flow into from next week. What we are seeing the market doing that it has been there because even when the market has rallied to all-time high, it's not a broad market activity that moves there. It just selected stock, which also I've discussed here. That you must understand that when I said there will be material shift, in the market after the market has hit all-time high, you can see it manifesting until you see another positive information that will push the market up from here. This is what you should have at the back of your mind as to speak. Like I was saying that the market is trading at 66,263.32. Market is down by 176.21, almost 0.28, which is almost 0.3 in the red right away. And we're having a negative market red. But look at the top losers right away. We're seeing that Multiverse is leading the loser chart with 10%, followed by Honeywell, Honey Flower, which is Honeywell, is one of those. So there we can also see Sovereign Trust Insurance, also seeing me and Baker, we also see me and Baker profit taking there, and what an antenna. These are the top five losers. Then if you look at the gainers right away, we are seeing that ABC Transport has continued almost tried to hit 1 naira, gain almost 9.9. We are seeing this consumer computer warehouse group also rebounding after like straight 3 days of decline, and that you can see it here. Then followed by FTN Coco. These are the top gainers. You can see Omatech also coming back powerfully, back to almost 42 gain after it had touched almost 29. You can see this local stock. Also, you can see Tantalizer also coming. These are local stocks that are dominating. It also tells you that when you see this kind of stock dominating the market, says that what the market is quiet as to speak. That's why we are seeing the profit taking activities. But I see that the month of September we might see a mixed market, and that market also will key in or will usher in another earning season in the month of October. You must prepare ahead of any season, and that is how to trade as a trader. You don't wait until you see number of time investing. As you are looking at the market right away, you have insight what to do. If you look at activities in terms of volume, we are seeing the Transcorp is leading now, in terms of volume. The Transcorp back to around 6 naira 10 kobo, traded about 111.24 million shares so far. We are also seeing FTL Cocoa following up with 46.8 million share traders. Fidelity also flat at 7 naira, 30.4 million share traders so far, and Dangote Sugar around 56 also have traded 19.2 million shares, and Omatech around just 7.2 million shares. You can see this activity market is relatively low in terms of volume, but I see that activity is still on what in Transcorp. But because of our time, I quickly look at the market direction fast, and before we go and look at some of the stuff that I want us to look at, because being the end of the month, we must understand the trend where the market is going. Or if you look at the market on a daily chart, which is also what we are showing now, you must see the trend of the market. That is why the number one thing that anytime you open your chart, you want to know where is the market going. It's very, very key. Whether you are doing live or you are doing at the end of the day, where did the market close? You want to know the direction. Live, where is the market going? And that is why looking at different time frame is very, very important. But if you look at the daily chart now, you can see that we are seeing a kind of a marginal pullback here. If you look at this candlestick, the last one, the market is down as a result of a profit taking. After we have seen a sign here, I said this in one of my write-up this morning, that this sign of candlestick here shows that the market is what is having what we call a top pattern reversal. And when you see it, when the market is going up, you see this kind of a candlestick here, it is a sign of weakness, and I'm not surprised in the market in this direction. Like I said, we're expect to see a mixed sentiment because of what profit-taking activities, and also reaction to the new result that were released, the latest one. You can see how people react to the market. Result alone is not enough. We saw result that even with dividend, but you can see how market have keep those companies where they belong. And I said this in this class that don't be carried away, but an opportunity for you to know what to do. This is how to trade and how to invest in any market. You can see it here, as it's showing here. But because this is the end of the month, we quickly look at the monthly chart. I want to show you something before we go. You can see that on the monthly chart here, see that the market is above that 2008 high. You can see the 2008 high is this at this point. Look at where the market is now. But what I want to consider that market for straight 4 months, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 months that has been in the up grain, in the up direction, as a result of, and this as a result of what change, especially from the month of May. In June, July, August, you can see that this June, July, August, you can see what the policy statement of the government and their policy direction has done to the market. And not only that, we are seeing that companies, that's why we saw a missed half-year result from the quoted companies. Even the GDP also have shown they have a missed also performance. You can see that it has also supported the market. That's why I said Q3 number is very, very important. We want to see this consistent, to see companies or sectors or industry that want to keep this pace they have done in terms of performance. Why those that have had a bad performance, what the government doing within now and end of the month. But I tell you, for those industry where we saw a lot of FX loss, it's going to continue until we're able to address this issue and then able to plan the new rate and stabilize again. But for those companies that posted positive number in that period, we expect them also to post that positive number. Especially the majority of them, might not be all of them, but majority of them will put the positive number in Q3, and that will tell you where we'll be going at the end of the day. And don't forget that also price has gone up again. Yield has to change, because if the yield in other instruments are better and higher than what you are seeing in the capital market, it will be also a challenge. Fund will be living for those guys. That's why a company that is growing its earnings are likely to pay higher dividend that will support the new price. It's going to be the point of what attraction for both players, institutional or retail investors. We must have this at the back of our mind anytime we're analyzing the market. Like I've said, look at the direction of the market. Market up for what? For almost straight 4 months. That's why before we start seeing the half-year result for first banks, either in the first week of September, we might see also a mixed market of profit taking, waiting also. But those profit taking for the tiny investors, opportunity for you to look at those companies that are price are becoming attractive, or coming back down to what we call the oversold region. If you are using different indicators to start buying them because of what the potential they have, even when, especially when their number come better than expected, and also we now see an improvement in their payout, that will change the face of the market. But because of our time, I want to quickly show you something in Transcorp. That's why I started with looking at the market on the monthly chart. Let's look at Transcorp on a monthly chart to see what is happening there. From what I just explained now, from Dangote transaction merger, you don't have any problem. It's now a decision for you whether to continue to buy. The pullback I'm seeing in those stocks is an opportunity, because I tell you, this is already done for what? For wealth creation for those that are designing, because the period will take the longer. Highest before the end of October or early in November, this stock will be listed. You calculate that period. What are you likely to gain? What are they likely to list? These are the things to concern you. Get good volume you want in those companies. For now, what is happening in Transcorp? You can see what we call a saucer here. This is a monthly chart for Transcorp. And because of data here, you can see that No, the highest was in 2014, and we saw that market it broke at that level. No, when it tested almost 7 naira 71 kobo yesterday, and it came down. You can see that it tested the 60. This look at it. It tested the 68 6 naira 80 kobo here down on the position for what for 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 Transcorp. Yes, another one I want to quickly look at so that we also have advantage that let's look at what is happening in NACO right away. What is happening in NACO is very, very important that you also know. Ask yourself what is happening in the industry that you are seeing this kind of movement. You can see NACO for what? For also the monthly chart I just showed now. You can see where the stock is coming from. It's as high as this from here. If you check this now, it's just because of data. I know for my own chart, let me quickly see if I can pull it up here. Okay, let's come here. This is Ambrose. Let's see something I want to show you in this top. It's good that we have can see where it's coming from. You can see this is a monthly chart on this stock. See where it's coming from, where it has tested. Don't forget that level is very, very important in technical analysis. Either I call it a resistance level or I call it a support level. Level that stock hit at each level, that sentiment will be there. You are seeing this stock now. It has touched as high as what? As high as 33 naira 49 kobo, which is also almost 35 naira. Let me just put it there. And now the stock is trading at what? At around the 23 now 24. It tested almost 24 before it came down marginally on yesterday. But today, what is happening in the stock is very, very important. This stock has come here not just because on how do you say ESC or just may just operating. Their performance has changed. All the time has been market sentiment and all have kept it here. You can see the time it takes the stock to come out from this from here. I call it a conservative stage from here. All this while, all this year that but now it tested here at this point. That is the point that it break out different support resistance level here, here, and here. When it came here, it maintained that level. That level, it took the level. I thought it put back. These are the keys you need to know. Even when at these levels that he got to, at this point, whenever I get there, it come down. Here it did the same thing. But when it break out here, you can see that it maintain an uptrend. And this also as a result of what is happening in the company. The company is becoming better. The revenue has improved. You say fundamental is not relevant or anything is not relevant. I will not agree with you because price feed on earnings on performance. We saw it in the life of Vitafoam, saw in the life of what of UCAP. Also seen it already in NACO. We saw it also in Sky Aviation. Sky Aviation moved from as low as 5 naira 50 kobo on what on just Q2 number and the main promise they made in their AGM that they will start rewarding shareholder. What did they pay? They paid just 16 kobo. 16 kobo. So that I paid that 16 kobo that is trading almost at 28 naira. And NACO that is paid almost 1 naira 20 kobo for last year with earnings almost doubling in their half year. I will tell you what you are saying is just the beginning. So that if you are in this stock, you need to know where you are going with the stock. You just tested 24 kobo, but I see potential. Especially when their Q3 comes out, that will push the stock up to a good level. For me, this is what you should know. Let's quickly go back to what our chart. You can see it here, what it's doing right away now. It's almost around 24 again this morning. It's trading around that 24.20 again. You can see it for yourself as the chart is saying. Let's quickly look at the daily chart before we call this class a day for today. Yes. So this one also, tested that 24 again before, but you can see that 24 is becoming after he has stayed below what below 20 naira, which at this level you can see it here. Form a triple top here. After that, it break out and continue. Now we're seeing another kind of slowdown in 24. It tested 24 twice yesterday and today. Now they say that there's something in for this stock. That means if you're in this stock, if you are in profit, fine. But if you want to buy, still take, but the momentum is still high, you can see it going up. I quickly call my T line. Only T line I'm calling here because of our time. I want to check something together so that we'll see. I tell you that T line is very, very important. It acts as what your support and resistance level, and also tell you the momentum behind the trend. It's very, very important that I mentioned it so that you know why it is very important for you to filter the noise in the market, which the T line will also help you. Even in any market time frame you are using, you can see that you see above the T line sharp, and I can see volume also traded fine. I see volume here. This one is still very, very good. Positive buy position for NACO. You must keep your eyes in that stock. On this note, I say thank you and also see you tomorrow. Hopefully, I will be available tomorrow. I'll be having a meeting tomorrow elsewhere for a long period of time. We're starting as early as 10 I won't be available. We'll start our live class again, hopefully by Monday, by God's grace. On this note, I say see you and enjoy your trading today and tomorrow, hopefully by God's grace. But we'll start our live class again by Monday. Bye.